July the 16th, 2025. Guys, you're looking at current images over the Gulf right now, and we've got a separation of the storm here. What you're seeing is right here, still in the panhandle of Florida. This would be northeast, just a little of Panama City, is the center of rotation. That's kind of one of the models predicted this thing to do that. Even after they changed the initial one, we still have one model that's showing coming ashore here, like it did, and maybe dipping back down. That's why I left these red lines on there, pressure drops, and that may be what's going to guide it down this way. Now, most of the rain and all is out in front of the storm, just like it has been around the mouth of the Mississippi River, getting more storms. All of this is under thunderstorm warnings right now. You got thunderstorm watches, but along most of this area, but on the very coastline, they're all thunderstorm warnings. Now, again, this is interesting for a couple reasons. It almost looked dry at daylight this morning. This thing looked like it was just going to spin up and dry out, but we're starting to see a lot of moisture being pulled back into it now with the heat of the day. Let me change this just slightly. Kind of get the your blue is the upper level clouds, your white. So what we're seeing now, you still got a lot of moisture being pulled out of the Atlantic Ocean across Florida. But look how it's being pulled up. All of this area now is starting to feed right into the rotation that's here, again, in the panhandle of Florida. Now, it looks like, we'll look at the spaghetti models, that this thing's going to dip back down into open water. What we're looking at now, though, is rain events. Texas, you're looking good. You guys up there in Wisconsin, you've got a pretty good band of storms moving through there, and if I'm not mistaken, there was either a radar indicated tornado or there was one on the ground just 30 minutes ago. So it will back out and take a look at that. But it looks like this thing's going to pick up some more moisture. All of this moisture's pulling in here, but look at where all of the moisture that's being pulled north to south right here coming across us in Mississippi and Alabama and Louisiana. It's being pulled right down into this section of the storms that you're seeing pop up. So it depends on how far this thing goes towards Texas. Houston, you keep an eye on it, things like that. You've had a lot of rain already. Let's look at the spaghetti model. Now, this model has been out just a little over an hour, and you can see the TVCN model in the orange is showing exactly what we're seeing now. The storm is back here. You know, if we couldn't see that rotation, you would think it was out here under all of those storms, but it's right here. And again, TVCN has it coming across and diving down right here across Mobile Bay. See that? Coming back out for a short period of time in the Mississippi Sound, and probably pick up a little bit of strength, a little bit of energy, and then come ashore. The Canadian model had it coming ashore further back, if you remember yesterday, but the Canadian model is bringing it right here south of Shreveport. That's where it ends. And your Navy model shows this thing getting back into the water very quickly. See that? And the Canadian model not lingering as long as this one, and that would give it a longer time in the water, more energy. The Canadian model actually comes out here and stays out into the very shallow warm waters of Louisiana right there. So we got up these different scenarios of where this moisture is going to end up. But again, right now it is onshore, and it's a very wide area. It just had been pretty much stripped of the storms overnight, and we'll go back and look at it. But with the heat of the day, we don't know exactly what will happen. We had some pop-up tornadoes yesterday in Florida as it got hot, and that's what we're seeing. I want to back out and look at the entire nation for a moment. Now, if you look right up in this area, here's Lake Michigan. There's a band of storms, or this outer band of this system right there, and that's where the tornado was earlier. We're going to check with the National Weather Service here in just a moment. But look how dry Texas is right now. You really needed this break. And you're starting to get just a little bit of moisture in southern Arizona, not far from the border right there, and a little up further north. See those higher blue clouds? Just keep praying, guys, because you need it there. You need it bad. The fire's still going, from what I understand. The smoke does not look as thick as what we have seen. But again, focusing here and on the flooding potential and possible pop-up tornadoes. And I've seen water spouts. As a matter of fact, if I can find the video, we were watching for a hurricane to come through, and it missed Mississippi, went through and went over towards Texas. We were in Biloxi, and we looked out the window, and there was a water spout headed almost right to us. You guys remember it hit right beside the Biloxi Lighthouse and went across, and I think did a little bit of damage over at Beauregard there. And just a close-up, guys, of the center of location right here. And this is Pensacola Beach, Fort Walton area, Panama City. And it's overcast there. There's not a lot of rain right now. Probably is going to be some in just a few minutes from this. But we'll just have to wait and see if this picks up enough moisture and gets back out into the open water a little bit and see what goes from there with it. But I just wanted to come in and give you a quick heads up on it. And quickly, let's take a look at the National Weather Service map. And this is what we have. This is all heat warning down here, so we could use some of this moisture. But right here, you've got tornado watches, and it looks like 3 tornado warnings. Let's click on this area and check that out. Yeah, that entire band, the one I was showing you, here it is. This is Reedsburg, Madison right here, Watertown, Janesville, Freeport here, and Rockford. West Bend, of course, here is Lake Michigan. And you've got 3 storms active right now. One's in this cell, headed up towards Reedsburg. One's in this one. Let's pull up a little closer, see if we can get a little more information. This is part of the Ho Chunk Nation, Devil's Lake State Park right there. Highway, is that Highway 14? It's crossing right there. And this is the Wisconsin River, guys, State Road 60. All of that area. Be very careful. And down here, let's pull this up a little. This is Monroe. So north of Monroe, moving northeast. This is Highway 18 up here, 39. Let's see, State Road 69, right through here. All of this is in Postville, guys, is popping up right there. See that? This should give you an idea of what to look for through the day. This is the leading edge of it. We back out. But watch all down through this area as the heat of the day comes in. Guys, we're watching this. You watch it. If you got friends or family in this area of Wisconsin, definitely check on them, make sure they're okay. Maybe some power outages too. But again, you watch it. We're watching it. It's a heads up. Be safe.